Girl cannot decide what she wants and keeps giving me 30 mixed signals. How do I approach her? Background. We met around October of last year through Bumble. We hit it off as she immediately showed interest in me. I asked her out after a week of talking. At the time she was busy with finals, but promised me to accept once that was out of the way. A month went by, we went in touch daily and she followed through on her promise. It went well, we kept in close touch, and had a second date, at which she kissed me and confessed she liked me. We decided to date. On a later date, we went out on a countryside trip. I asked her a personal question, which she was cool with initially. Sometime later she had an anxiety attack, and admitted the questions reminded her of past interactions with her ex. She calmed herself, and all went well for the rest of the day. Days later, she suddenly writes me that she's not sure what she wants anymore, and even tells me she's anxious about seeing me again. It took me aback, but I was understanding, and gave her time to decide and settle her emotions. I offered her to support her in any way she needed. In the meantime we kept talking like normal. Weeks of uncertainty went by, until she decided she was not ready to date, and could only offer me a friendship. I declined, and by mutual agreement went separate ways. 6 months later. Despite what we decided, we sporadically wrote to each other. Sometimes she'd write and tell me she misses me, or how she cared about me. She was set to undergo the bar exam on July 19th, so I brought her a small gift from abroad for support. I contacted her to drop it off, without any expectations. She insisted on receiving it personally, and actually asked me out for drinks. We went out, caught up with each other, it went so well it actually felt like the past few months had not occurred. By the end of the night she kissed me. She's always the one to initiate the kissing. We made out and things got sexual, though no intercourse. We had not done sexual acts before. The following day she apologized that what had happened shouldn't have. I was cool with it and told her I wasn't expecting her to be ready to date yet. She expressed she was happy to be single after dating for most of her 20s. Despite this, we kept in touch over the next weeks, to the point that we were talking daily. One key thing to note here is that sometimes she would some sort of anxiety that I would stop talking to her in some way, despite me showing no indication of that. The current situation. We went out last week on a whim. As always, we enjoyed each other's company. As always when we go out, she was physical, i.e. hugs, touching, small gestures, and by the end, once more, she went for a kiss. I paused her to ask her if she was sure, as I did not wish for her to be confused like before, to which she answered I was quite rational, but kissed me anyway. This was a clear indication to me that she was okay with it. By this point, I decided to simply let things flow, and I was hopeful that we would starting to date again. Last Sunday, we went out again on her suggestion, a wonderful time like always, lots of signs of affection. However, when I dropped her off, she told me she would not kiss me this time. I was taken quite aback, and I could not hide my disappointment. I recognized this was because of my comment the previous time. This led to a conversation that was a repeat of events before. The conversation wasn't very productive and did not follow a logical order, so I'd rather list the things she said. She does not know what she wants, said so repeatedly throughout. She does not want to be in a relationship, does not want to see anyone, wants to be alone. She told me she loves me, how much she likes me, how she enjoys spending time with me and how much she missed me. Even after denying me a kiss, she expressed she still had the desire to kiss inside. She expressed concern that she could hurt me in some way. She suggested I should see other women. She could only offer me a friendship, as she treasures me and wants me to remain in her life. She expressed worry that I would block her after that moment. I have not talked to her since, as I asked for some days. I only sent her a brief message on Wednesday to quell any concerns that I would stop communicating, To which she replied she missed me. Something important to mention is that her anxiety has always been a central topic of discussion. By now, she has been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, and is seeing a clinical psychologist. I do not know how to approach her again. We were both at a loss. I'm thinking on taking her comments expressing no desire to be a relationship and to be alone as absolute, and cutting contact as I'd find myself frustrated and pained in a friendship. I do not want that. I developed strong feelings for her, and I know she would not like that either. My therapist suggests I should reinforce my wish for some of relationship now that we're reconnected, and try to reach some kind of compromise. Only issue is I have no idea what sort of compromise I could offer her that she'd be willing to accept. I only have a vague suspicion of what's causing her doubt, but I was advised it could be a bad idea to share it with her. What can I possibly offer her? Please help. ComNet. I've learned to live by the maxim that when someone tells you who they are, believe them. It sounds like she's telling you that she's got other things to deal with right now, and even if you're ready for a relationship with her, she either doesn't want one with you or isn't ready for one with you, or anyone. If that is the case, then it might be time to move on here. You've outlined your wishes, she can't/won't meet them, so you're at an impasse. It happens, and it sucks, but if you know what you want you shouldn't settle for less. She might need meds. Brother suggest therapy, but do it with some tact. Unless you like this thing you have going on with her you should probably end it, because I doubt she will. To find a healthier relationship. Next story 2. My spouse 39M makes me 33M feel some type of way. Am I buggin'? For the last couple of months I've been a lot more uneasy and apprehensive, like there's something going on right up under my nose. My spouse lies to me about what seems like everything. Every time I ask my spouse a question there's no direct answer, every answer has a story or something wrong attached to it. Everything that's talked about between us holds no weight because my spouse often questions previous statement or conversations incorrectly, indicating, to me, they're not listening or even paying attention. When asked questions my spouse gets defensive or annoyed as if my questions aren't validated but the situation they put me in. Isolating themselves from family time. Coming to bed all time of the night. 1,2,3 when I'm none to be sleep by 11 p.m. Expecting to hear about what I'm talking about with my friends OTP but won't even talk to their friends on the phone around me. Random email address popping up. I mean, come on, who needs 7 email address? That's just to paint the picture more clear. I after question, why are you pretending to use the bathroom just to be on your phone? Why do you have so much to say to others and nothing to say to me worthwhile? Why is it that you get so angry when I ask you questions, all to which I receive negative energy and blank looks reflecting how dare you question me? Am I buggin'? Like my spouse tells me I am? Or am I entitled to feel disrespected and unappreciated? ComNet. Listen to your intuition, it is your best tool. If you feel like something is wrong and they are hiding something from you, it's more than likely true. Next story 3. What should I do? Loveless relationship. Hi guys, so here is my situation. I have a GF and we have a daughter together. We have said to each other that we no longer feel any love and that we are practically friends living in the same house, which I agree with. This has been going on for a year now. Our relationship is still active only for the sake of our daughter, and to be honest it really hasn't been bad as we've managed to cope with it only to keep our daughter happy by having both of her parents there together. So here's comes the real issue. Recently I developed a crush for someone at work and now I'm at a point where I really want to express my feeling for this person to see if it leads to something. But at the same time I'm scared because I don't want it to jeopardize the life I have at home. Even though I don't have feelings to my current GF, I find it hard to break up with her to go with someone else because we have a daughter together. What should I do? I know there's also a chance that person I have a crush for might not like me, but I can't be living like this forever. Apologies for any grammar mistakes. ComNet. I would advise you to go forward with your crush while continuing this arrangement with your GF. If things go well with your crush, you can break off this relationship that you are currently in. It's a situation where I lose regardless. If I go ahead with the crush and it does turn into something, then great, I found love again. But then I will lose that everyday life with my daughter. Sad face. Sorry. This is a tough situation to be in. You really seem to value your everyday life with your daughter. From the point of view of being an individual, your love life should be more important to you. You can still be connected to your daughter while you date somebody else. Loveless or not, you have to abide by the rules of the relationship whilst you are in it, otherwise you will ruin what trust you do have. I would slow down on the crush. We all remember crushes from the teenage years, and know that feeling. You know it isn't serious, but it is a symptom. I would think about your options. I see 4 broad categories. Stay and work on love. Some cultures have arranged marriages who develop deep love. Why not you? Talk about a slow and amicable separation, knowing that your emotional needs cannot be met. Ignore my prior advice and indulge the crush and see where it goes. I think that this one may end up with you seeing your daughter the least and being the most expensive. Agree to see other people. This seems to me like a variant of the first one. I would be wary in this case and be entirely upfront about the crush and that you have absolutely not done anything about it. Really, you know that you haven't chosen yet, so I would choose one, revealing the context as a symptom rather than an goal.